Welcome, my mortal friend. I am Dracula, your programming mentor. This is the final part of your web development environment setup. In the previous video, we installed XAMPP on Windows. In this video, we will install XAMPP on Linux. But before I begin, let me check something. Renfield, I do not believe that you are sleepy again.
I am not, master. I came prepared. I brought a friend.
Well done, Renfield. Now focus on the lesson. As I was saying, in this video we will install the XAMPP's web server on Linux. Do not worry and fear not. I will guide you step by step. In the previous lesson we clicked on XAMPP for Windows. This time we click on XAMPP for Linux. A familiar page shows up. If you were in class in the previous lesson, you know what I mean. I will click here to continue. We are taken to another familiar page. Here we click on XAMPP for Linux and pray that the download window appears. And it does. Faster than Renfield running to the toilet. Now I will click save. The download has started. This will take a few minutes, so I will pause the video and return shortly. I am back, mortals. The download is completed. Now the next step is to install the web server. I will close the browser, open the file manager and visit the downloads folder. If you do not recognize the file manager, remember, we are on Linux. Now we run the installer, but it will not run when we double click on it. We must make this file executable. I will access the downloads folder from the terminal, and I will command the system to change the file's mode and make it executable. I will present myself as the owner of this system using the sudo command. Next, I will type chmod, which means change mode, followed by the plus sign and the letter X. This will make the file that follows executable. I press enter, and Linux is now testing me to see if I am the true owner. I type my password, which you cannot see, and press enter. Success, the file is now executable. Now we run it. An empty screen appears. This is not normal. But on Linux, sometimes things like this happen. Press next, my mortal friend, without fear. In this window, everything is already selected for us. Press next. This window tells us where the web server will be installed. Remember this address. We are going to need it shortly. Press next. Reply thank you to this message and press next. The installation has begun. I will pause the video once more and return, I hope. I am back, mortals. The installation is completed. Now we will visit the web servers folder. It is located in the root folder inside opt, inside lamp. Now listen carefully and remember this. There is a folder here named htdocs. This is our home folder. This is our localhost. In here we will create files, upload images and build applications and websites. This is our workshop. Let me show you, my friend. I will open the browser, type localhost in the address bar and press enter. The server that we have just installed tells us that the process was successful. This is how we access the htdocs folder from the browser. Localhost is our magic spell. But we are not done yet. There is a small problem to fix. I must change the ownership of the htdocs folder to my regular user and the web server. Let me show you how this is done. I will go back to the LAMP folder and access it from the terminal. I will display all files and folders inside the LAMP directory and look for htdocs. Here it is, and as you can see, the owner of this folder is root. We are going to change that. I will type sudo again, followed by chown, which means change ownership. My regular username, and the web server's username, which is 3 times w-data. And finally, htdocs. I must type in my password to grant permission for this action. Excellent. The ownership of htdocs has changed. Do not panic if this looks strange. You will only do this once. Now let us confirm it. And yes, my friend, I was right. Now we both have permission to create and delete files. We and the web server. Now, I do not have to type my secret password every time I create or delete files. Now I will test it. I select everything inside the htdocs folder and delete it. Now I will create our first file. I will name it index.html. I open it with a text editor and write a few words. I save the file. Open the browser. Type our magic spell, localhost, and press enter. Oh, magic! The message on the screen is coming from our local web server. Now I will test if PHP is working, which I already know it is, but I need to show you. I renamed the file to index.php. We will talk about file extensions later in the course. I open it with the same text editor. I remove the text and write a PHP function that displays information about the version and the components installed in our server. I refresh the browser, and PHP, the sacred language, beautifully exists in our server. I know, I am aware that you are just starting your programming journey, but these steps to set up your web development environment had to be done. There is one more thing. Remember this. When you close your computer, the web server stops running as well. This is common sense. Everything stops. But when you start your computer again, XAMPP does not start automatically. You must start it manually. You open the terminal, go to the folder where the server lives, the LAMP folder, and type start. It is very easy, and if you want to stop the server for some dark mysterious reason, replace start with stop. Easy again. It is late, my mortal friends. We are done. Your environment setup is completed. In our next gathering, we will open the browser, summon the code editor, and start the web server for your first HTML lesson. Go and rest, or not, I do not care, but make sure you are in class tomorrow. And remember, like and subscribe, or I visit.